Welcome to this week's video tutorial. We will be dealing with the second board on the elephant opening versus the left cross palace cannon from dubious positions and how to attack them. So without further ado, let us begin. Elephant opening, left central cannon. And red decides to develop his right flank, and black. It is advised that black should play p7+1 at this point in time. If black was adamant on playing r9 equals to 8, red will form a blockade, and he could block the horse, and red has the initiative and could control the situation easily. p7+1, you push one pawn, I push the other pawn. e3+5, h8+7, red adopts the greenhouse defense formation again. And this would be the dubious move in this spot. Black decides to develop his horse as a elephant eye horse, probably hoping to develop it further over here. But as can be seen, the development of the horse in this position is rather awkward, and although there's no immediate danger for the time being, this move would have much implications on black's position as a whole. It will greatly weaken black's position. Now usually r9 equals to 8 or r9+1 is played. So seeing this, red will immediately play r9 equals to r9+1, hoping to pin, and once the red would move the chariot over here, he would now threaten the cannon and force black to move either one of the visors, but this black's position will become even more cramped. This is also an excellent move to control the situation. Now c2 equals to 1 is not a good idea, because black could now play p3+1 and then develop his chariot from this file, which would give black a chance to claw back into the situation. This one would also be the position of discussion. Two main variations, r9 equals to 8 and c2 minus 2. But before we continue, would it be feasible for black to immediately play r1 equals to 3? The answer would be no, because r9 equals to 6 would happen, and the chariot would get to the cross riverbank rank in the nick of time, and now all of black's pieces would be cramped. Horse cannot be developed, and red could do much with his very open position. Now if c2 equals to 3 were played instead, again r9 equals to 6 is a must-make move. a4+5, and red would play h7+8 to prevent r1 equals to 2 from happening. Let's say black tried to seize the initiative with p3+1 because the chariot have blocked the elephants from protecting each other. Red would have nothing to fear. A simple r6+3 would thwart all of black's attempts at a counter attack. Let us go to variation A. In variation A, r9 equals to 8, black tries to develop his left flank. c2+4, immediately red starts to form a blockade. Now in this situation, h7+6 is not a good idea because the chariot is already out. He could move here to threaten, and followed by threaten to capture the horse. So that is why it will be advisable for red to play c2+4. Would it be a good idea for red to play r9+6, a4+5, c2+4? If c2+6, black would simply not worry about the horse. He will retreat the cannon. After trading material, this would be a pseudo-sacrifice. The cannon will be lost, and black would now have seized the initiative instead. That is why c2+4 is much better than c2+6. And with c2+4, p3+1, black would now be poised to counter attack because now the cannon will be threatening the horse. If it moved away, black could capture the elephant to gain material. So that is why r9 equals to 6 is not a good idea, because the chariot will block both elephants. So c2 plus 4 is a much more versatile approach. r9 equals to 6 can be played at any time. 3, r9 equals to 6, protecting the cannon. r6 plus 4, very good move. Another possibility would be to play p5 plus 1 to develop the horses from the central file. If h7 plus 6, let's say if p3 plus 1, h7 plus 5, if the pawn crossed, the horse would capture it and red would be able to grow from strength to strength. h7 plus 6, threatening to play p7 plus 1. The pawn would now cross the river. If p7 plus 1, black loses the horse. And if p5 plus 1, red will retreat. This is a common tactic to threaten the horse. And whatever piece that moves, red would capture the central pawn and threaten to gain material. For example, let's say if black chose to move the horse, for example, capture, and after trading material, black would now be prepared to capture the cannon. Black would now be prepared to capture the cannon and thus gain even more material. For example, black can only defend in this manner and black's position will become more and more cramped. r6 plus 4, brilliant move. p3 plus 1, and black would have to defend in this manner. If he offered to trade chariots, after trading chariots, we can see that red's material is very has much in the open. Red will first play c2 equals to 3, offering a trade of chariots. Black cannot capture it, or this will be an immediate smothered cannon checkmate. e3 minus 5. Black loses more momentum. p7 plus 1 to develop this horse. And after liquidating the situation, although material wise both colors are the same, but we can see that red's position is much better. A possible option would be c3 plus 2 to threaten the horse and perhaps pin the black horse over here, preparing to gain material. So black would have the advantage firmly in hand. Sorry, red would have the advantage firmly in hand. Therefore, r3 plus 4 is not a good idea. Instead, e3 plus 5, e5 plus 3, sorry, would enable black more options. But even so, red will play p5 plus 1, hoping to gain more material, and play e7 plus 5, preparing to develop the horse as a tiger-headed horse for attack. Red will slowly push forward, and black can do nothing about it. This would be variation A. In variation B, black could retreat the cannons as he tried to make adjustments to his formations behind the scene. This would be black's attempt at trying to create some confusion, hoping to bewitch red as in played. So, seeing that the chariot had not moved, red will play c2 equals to 1 to give his chariot an open line for development. This was also a wait and see approach, as he wanted to see how black would continue. If red played r9 equals to 6, a4 plus 5, c2 equals to 1, cannon, the horse will now be developed, offering a trade of chariots. So red can develop his material and his earlier cramped position would see much improvement. c2 equals to 1, r1 plus 2. Now this is another interesting tactic. This will be a strategical continuation of the previous move of retreating the cannon. If black opted to trade to trade material, red could always play r9 equals to 8. And after trading cannons, the chariot will be still pinning the black pieces. r9 equals to 6. Red will now attack with r9 equals to 6, a4 plus 5, followed by r6 plus 4. Now this would be the second position of discussion. Variation BA, P3 plus 1, variation BB, R1 equals to 2. In variation BA, P3 plus 1 is played. Now, would it be okay for black to try to play C2 equals to 4, hoping to perhaps capture the advisor, or play H4 plus 2 to use the cannon to attack the chariot? So we know, because red will definitely move r6 equals to 9, and suddenly this piece would pin all 4 pieces over here, because there's nothing much that the black that these 4 pieces can do. Variation BA, P3 plus 1. Trade material. Black tries to attack the chariot, and red simply moves and advances his pawn across the river. If he chose to play r6 plus 1, r1 equals to 2, this chariot will now be out and attacking, and red would have things to worry about. If he played r6 minus 1, black would now play h4 plus 2 to use the cannon to threaten and lose the pawn. So p7 plus 1 would be the best move in this situation. h4 plus 2 to attack the chariot. If let's say black played r1 equals to 2, red can play ca plus 4 to apply a bind, and things would just become much worse in this situation. r6 equals to 8, and although black managed to move the horse to the riverbank, black would play this move. This is a prophylactic move to prevent black from going for the elbow horse with h3 plus 4. If he played p7 plus equals to 6, threatening the cannon and also blocking the elephant, simply capture the pawn. This would be a pseudo-sacrifice, because black could now gain back lost material. He could capture the horse or the cannon, as the elephant was now threatening the chariot. So red's advantage would become rubbed away, and black can be happy about this situation. So that is why p7 equals to 6 is not a good idea. So h7 plus 8, threatening to trade material, and after trading material, red would have more pawns in this position. This pawn will become a huge menace, and p7 plus 6 will be a very powerful threat. There's also advancing the chariot, etc. So position BA, if p3 plus 1 would not be viable. What about offering a trade of cannons immediately? Accept. This will be variation BB, 2 minus 2. Black, we can see that black advanced and retreated his material. And although it would appear that even for his efforts, black would at least have got himself out of this situation. But red would have this brilliant move of p5 plus 1. And with this move, immediately both horses would find good lines of development. r2 plus 6, h3 plus 5, h4 plus 2, offering a trade of pawns so that the horse could be maneuvered to the tiger-headed horse position and protect the pawn at the same time. And once the horse was over here, it could go for the elbow horse in just 2 moves. 9 plus 1, and again I could now have occupied all the major lines or the important lines for attack. So this would bring us to the end of this board. Now the biggest reason for Black's demise would be the fact that he played this move earlier on. This would cause a very cramped position. There are no clear lines for development of this horse. The main idea was just to play R1 equals to 3 to attack. But because his formation was severely weakened, it would be impossible for Black to find any good remedies for time being to try to save himself. So a quick review of the situation from the eyes of Black. Elephant, left cross palace cannon, h2+3. So far so good. p7+1 advocated. If not, c2, Red would be able to make this move and control the position. h2+4, dubious move. Usually r9 equals to 8 or r9+1 is played. +1 immediately Red attacks, is prepared to attack this file. Variation A, r9 equals to 8. 1 equals to 3 is not viable because Red will obtain excellent positioning. c2 equals to 3 is also not viable. Again, Red will not have to fear the cannon attacking the elephant because he would now be prepared to trade pawns and still have a very powerful winning position. Variation A, r9 equals to 8. Red attacks with c2+4, applying much pressure. We can see that after 7 plies, the red pieces have more than have ample room for maneuvering. r1 equals to 3. 5. Again, once the chariot were able to reach this position, an entire Black's men would find it very hard for development. A viable move, p5+1, whereby Red would retreat and capture and attack. So r6+4 was discussed. p3+1 can only play e5+3. If r3+4, after trading material, Black's poorly positioned pieces would need some moves to try to unclutter his pieces, but it would be too late. This one, retreat. Once the red horse is developed from the central file. Red has options of playing p3+1, h5+7, etc. as potential combinations for further attack, and generally speaking, Black cannot do much, and Red will slowly push forward until he's able to turn his advantage into a winning position. Variation B, c2-2, c2 equals to 1. r9 equals 6 is not a good idea because Black would be given a chance to trade material to claw his way back into the game. r1+2, a continuation, a very awkward method of maneuvering. If h4+2, Red would refuse to trade immediately and threaten after trading material, the chariot will be pinning the pieces on this file. r9 equals to 6. Trade of material. Best move, p7+1. r6+1. Black could develop his chariot and Red things to worry about. r6-1, not good. h4+2 would imply that the cannon was attacking the chariot and Red will lose the pawn. Black is able to even out the odds a little bit. 7+1. R1 equals to 2, H4 plus 2, R1 equals to 2, R1 equals to 2. I can play C8 plus 4, applying a terrible bind. R6 equals to 8, H2 plus 3, a good move. 7 plus 6 will be too eager to gain material because this will be a pseudo-sacrifice, as black would gain back lost material very quickly. 4 plus 5. After trading material, red will enjoy a powerful, significant advantage. Sorry. Variation BB, R1 equals to 2. After trading material, red will push P5 plus 1 forward, develop his horse, and have a powerful attack going on. So that brings us to the end of this video. If you like the work I've been doing, please do subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you.